Japan is at it again. They are printing and printing and printing. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Today we are going to talk about Japan exclusively because I want to show you something I believe is so telling. Let's begin. This is Japan's ETF holdings, and it doesn't surprise me that these continue to increase. The percentage of the ETFs that are owned by the Bank of Japan is now at 75%. 75%. We are talking about extreme levels. Nobody else buys this garbage. It's just the Bank of Japan. And it's not just the ETFs they're buying. They're buying all the debt. They're buying the stocks. They're buying everything. Nobody invests in Japan. Yet I have people in the industry and people outside the industry too are telling me that Japan is the model of success. I've been told this on multiple occasions. That they are the reason that we know quantitative easing works. Bank of Japan is not a failure. Bank of Japan is a success. Why haven't they collapsed yet if quantitative easing is so bad? That's what I'm told. If you don't think that this is a collapse, then we have a different opinion on what that means. Clearly. The total Japan ETF holdings and the Bank of Japan ETF holdings, lo and behold, same direction. Up and up and up. And then we look at this. This is the Bank of Japan's balance sheet. And guess what? That's up too. The amount, let's see what it is. The amount that they have in their balance sheet is at approximately, or actually it's 511 trillion yen. It continues to go higher. It will continuously exceed those numbers other than brief periods. I don't know how they're ever going to get themselves out of this mess. I believe that a real deflation is already occurring inside of Japan, but other countries around the world will face a real deflation. As a result, the central banks will kick in to a level not seen before, and they will encounter the same thing that other countries like Zimbabwe once did. Zimbabwe has their $100 trillion note, and this is the perfect model of success because the higher the number, the better the return. Or is it the more success? Or is it the more awesome it is? What is it? Because I've been told a lot of things. I don't believe a single one of them. But that's the way it looks. A lot of people are confused, thinking bigger numbers means better. But you can ask those in Zimbabwe, you can ask those in Weimar Germany, you can ask those in Yugoslavia, in Venezuela, present day. Ask them what they think about new zeros being added to their bills, about their menus being printed out on pieces of paper because they know that at the end of the day those prices are now invalid. That when you go to the stores, nothing is priced on the shelves because it would take too much time to change them throughout the day as the inflation continues to pick up. But people don't know about that because they never lived through a hyperinflation before. Maybe they're privileged, maybe they're ignorant, I don't know. Maybe they don't even want to talk to people who have lived through a hyperinflation or who are living through one today. I have talked to many people from different countries around the world who are experiencing these high rates of inflation and how it affects their lives, what they have to do to live a normal life, and they can't really get along. And they tell me, and this is various regions, they tell me that life is very difficult. The average person cannot sustain their lives. And so they eat into their debt, they borrow money, they sell things, they don't eat. They have to do what it takes. It's very serious. But people don't think about that. They don't think about this here in Zimbabwe. Same situation where you have many people encountering this in their lifetime. It's not just back in the pages of history. This continues to occur. Look at Venezuela. It's happening today. with a wheelbarrow filled to the sky of money, and it's worth absolutely nothing. If we allow the central bankers to continue their policies, then we will be met with the same fate. That's my message to you. I hope that you appreciate it. If you found this informative, please give me a thumbs up. And last but not least, if you found this video informative, I know you will find my books, The Money GPS and my new release, Global Economic Collapse, even more informative. In my first book, I actually talked about Weimar Germany and Zimbabwe in there. And in my latest book, I talk about those issues as well, but I get into other topics such as becoming self-sufficient, solar panels, and other topics like that. So you can check those out at Amazon. Links are in the description below. Take care.